no remedy because the jurisdiction is defective. They have to then stop everything they're doing to establish proper jurisdiction. The
Yep.
only way they can establish proper jurisdiction is by presenting the statement of jurisdiction in proper style and title.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So that's the main thing, because I feel like, y'all, the kidnapping, although again the frequency is being raised, but I don't think that's gonna stop some of these devils from trying to kidnap more people.
Oh, yeah, because they believe that they the fucking law and what they say is binding because they are the personified law walking around in a uniform.
Yep.
They
Yep.
got a term for it. It's called contempt of cop. Y'all need to look that up. Contempt of cop. That's the
Mm.
psychological development that these police go through. They become, in their minds, the law book start walking around as a person. And anybody who thinks they're above the law is really about to get fucked up by the motherfucking policy enforcer.
Mm-hmm. Contempt of cop. Mm.
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, man, that was a question that I definitely had, Rod. I was like, man, I wondered, like, what should we do on that, with that. But you answered that definitely, and Taj did too. All of it makes sense. So give thanks and gratitude. They said, what about civil suits if they try to summon you into their punk ass court for past due bills?
Mm-hmm.
Does the same apply?
I'm not answering shit from their courts because they don't have no jurisdiction. But it don't
Yeah.
mean that they won't put a lien on your social security number to garnish wages or nothing like that. Because they tried to do that
Hmm.
shit to me, but they kissed my ass because they ain't smarter than me. But a lot of the stuff, a lot of the individuals can't do because they don't have the sufficient knowledge for follow up dissertation back and forth with the judiciary, right?
Hmm.
So that puts you in a state where you have to have your chief, who is the law lawyer of the land, right? So you got tribal courts has been around and they still here, and the chiefs is the one who represent the clients.
Yeah. Yeah. And those chiefs, uh, would they be considered consuls?
The
No,
chief
just
is
chiefs.
the chief is the chief can sit on the judge seat. In the tribal
Okay.
court, the judge is a chief, male or female. The
Okay.
judge position is the chief. When the people come in, what they use is the grand jury. They got that from us. That's not in Europe. The
Hmm.
grand jury
Right.
was elders in the community where you go and you presented your complaint, and they would examine it to see if you've done anything that's in fact punishable by tribal standards. A lot of this shit that's punishable in Western law is not punishable by tribal standards.
Hmm. Mm. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hey,
Wow.
thank you for coming to talk to me, sweetie. I ain't heard from you
Hey,
in a minute.
hey, as always, thank you so much, Ryan, for all you do. And we definitely gonna talk soon. For sure.
Okay. Yeah,
Take
because
care, Chief.
we finna see this shit fall.
Oh yeah, indeed. Peace and love.
Peace, guys. I'm gonna take one more caller. Um, Peace, God.
Peace to you, Big Rod.
What it do? What it do? Tell the people where you calling from so they in the loop.
I'm Raphael. I'm calling from Chicago.
That's right. City of Win in this bitch.
You already know. So I've been I've been lately. The universe has been sending me like my numbers. I'm a 9 life path, so it's been sending me 999, and everybody I run into been a 9 life path. So I had started doing a lot of looking into myself before I can try to guide somebody else because they asked me for guidance. And then I looked it up. It was like the Archangel Raphael, which my name is Raphael. He celebrated on the 29th of September. My birthday on the 30th of September. So I'm trying to see the significance in that and what you think about it because I feel like I know what it is, but you know I'm always looking for the clarity, especially from somebody like yourself.
Now, so what did it tell you Dane Raphael mean?
It said the healer, natural humanitarian. Uh,
That's
First of
not the
all, right,
meaning of the name. That's the function of the position.
right. So I don't really know what the meaning of the name is. I just know the function of the position.
Right. So what you're doing is study leap year. Understand why we got a leap year.
Okay.
So it's you playing hand grenades with your birthday. Horseshoes and hand
Right.
grenades. Almost. It's close enough.
Right.
Right. So when you just go look it up for yourself, see what leap year is there for. Because it's to make up for lost days. Right?
Okay.
Then look at your year, your birth year in relation to the closest leap year. You're gonna either be 1 year after or 1 year before if you align right with the Raphael birth energy or celebratory energy. You could
Okay.
calculate the day. If you in the middle 2 years between them, then you're gonna be either 2, 3, or 4 days off. The second day you either 2 or 3 2 days off, and the third day or the third year you're gonna be behind 2 years. So you get 2 years ahead or 2 years behind. And the
Okay.
days is significant because in a leap year you got 366 days. Right. So when
Mhm.
you look it up, follow what you feel because it's gonna send you to more research.
Okay. And another thing, I had a dream. Right. I was in a room. The room was like pitch black. It was like pitch black. Like I can't make this shit up. And I seen a black horse. It was just sitting there, and it was just looking at me. And then I woke up. I'm
The
like, what
black
the fuck is
horse is the it's it measures. If you read in it carries the scales in his hand. This,
this? Right.
this the black horse.
Right. And I'm a Libra, so I am a scale.
See, so the black horse comes at the end to give everybody their due portion of the proceeds that Big Mama got for us after we get done with the closing of the age. Right. So the
Hmm.
reason it was still because it's not time to pay up yet. If it was time to pay up, it would have been on the march, either running to you or from you. Hopefully, it'll be running to you because it's coming to bring you a whole bunch of wealth.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
Okay.
black horse is very that's us. And ride 6 black horses, cleared my mind with a black and mild. Roaming through these ghetto streets, guess you could call me a ghetto child.
Okay.
Tomorrow's never a promise, so we live our lives today. Roaming through these ghetto streets, we sit and wait on the judgment day.
Look, you killed me with your
That's
song
that
too.
Wu way right there, boy.
Okay. Okay. I had one more thing to ask you. I heard you mention in the video. I've been trying to get you to talk about it, but you know, like you always be like, look, I ain't gonna talk about none of that right now. I'm on a specific mission, and I respected it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say anything about it no more, but I did hear you mention uh cryptocurrency in a video. I think it was with Young Elder, and I had a little bit knowledge in it. I came to your inbox like, yo, if you want to do a video on crypto and you know have people hedge against inflation, we can do it. But I was just trying to see your take on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I know what I know, but I was trying to see what you know because I really wanted to hear you talk about the situation.
When it comes to money, truthfully, I don't trust any other currencies.
Uh,
I don't trust them. So my first response is to tell people if you got money in the bank, take it out and buy gold and silver coins.
mm,
Cause no matter what happens, that shit not gonna lose value.
right.
The dollar, the bottom gonna fall out that bitch in seconds, and you're not gonna be able to prepare if you're not already prepared.
Exactly.
But right now, I don't really trust any of the currencies, so I can't really dialogue on it because my trust it don't feel stable enough for me. None of the economies feel stable enough for me to tell people yay or nay.
Okay. And the buy the gold, cause I mess with Glenn on the gold. They send you a debit card for it, but I'm trying to see how do I get my physical gold and who can I go through that can bring me the real physical gold.
This it's not hard to get physical gold, but you got to make sure that when you get it, it's a 99.9999,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
that's how you know you got the right shit.
So if I got a 10 karat gold chain, what is
10
it?
carats is mostly 10.
Right.
And so they
Okay.
melt the 10 and the gold and mix it together to stretch the gold.
Okay. Okay, big bro. All right. Well, I'm about to do what you said do. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything that you do for us. And yeah, I'm out of here.
All
Stay
right, peace,
safe.
God.
Yeah.
Mm. Peace, God. I can't hear you. You don't got no sound coming through. You sure you ain't got your mic on mute? Look for the microphone icon. Try to turn your Bluetooth off. No sound. I'm gonna drop you down. Try to come back in. Maybe you have sound. You got some good sound coming through. How you
Oh,
doing?
how you doing?
I'm good. Where y'all calling from?
We're in Florida.
Finish
Down
line.
here. Yeah, we're in St. Cloud, Florida.
How you doing?
I didn't I did not know you had put the video on. I'm sitting here talking. It's so good to talk to you. I've been scared. My kids tell me I'm a punk for not getting on your live.
You should have put one of them on there.
Oh, they not here. Say hi.
How y'all
Hey, where
doing?
y'all? So how y'all doing?
Hey, you got the angel
They
squad
said good.
back there. Watching over
Sorry.
mama.
Yeah. It's so crazy. My husband watches you every day.
Peace,
All
God.
right. What's happening?
Taking it easy. I love to see the
We
family
have been.
together. That make my heart melt.
Oh yes, we stay together. I keep my nieces, my nephews always with us. Somebody always with us. But
Yeah, I
I
love
do.
that shit.
Oh yeah, we love family. Big on family. It's so
That's
crazy
how we
because
was
I say
raised.
I'm the black sheep, huh?
I said that's how we was raised. My mom used to have 50 kids in the back of a station wagon.
Right. That's right. Yep. Oh yeah, we always. I grew up with family being at the house all the time, and then we moved to Florida. There wasn't nobody here, so it was kind of hard. But yeah, I got my own family. But
Well,
I have a question. I got a lot of questions, but I'm not gonna ask everything. But my
okay.
biggest thing right now is I came to the realization when I was digging into my family's history that I am the fourth of a fourth of a fourth,
Four, four,
and
four.
my son is now the fourth of
Mm-hmm.
me. Well, due to a miscarriage, which my mom had a miscarriage right before me.
Situation with Philly and how you see it. Uh, Philly definitely got a dark cloud over it.
They put a curse
It's
on Philly. The settlers put a curse on Philly.
you
That's
can
why they.
see it,
That's when they moved the capital because Philly was our capital.
man. Philly
So
is going. That's like they like Chicago out there. You feel me? It's on like it's something. It's like you can just look at that city. It's a dark cloud over it. You can barely see the stars in Chicago.
that's
So I
that's the innocent blood.
that's the innocent blood. Mm,
That shit crying for redemption. It's time to pay up.
mm,
Philly right now, they don't realize it, but when they see the leadership step out front, it's gonna click because they gonna
mm-hmm.
tell them that we've been turned against each other by a foreign invader.
You think
Pump
that's
the
gonna
brakes
matter?
for a minute before you try to kill your brother. Listen to what I'm telling you.
You think that's gonna matter though, bro? I think it's deeper than that though, Rob, because from my understanding, from what I be seeing in life, bro, like you feel me? I'm 33, so like in the 90s, you feel weed and liquor, you feel me? Alcohol, even in the early 2000s. Now you got motherfucking pharmaceuticals. Once the higher the elites got the youth hooked on pharmaceuticals such as Xanax, Percocets, lean. Once that shit starting to be like popping, Joe, that's when you see more treacherous acts of violence. More innocent people getting killed is because of the drugs. And that's why I say the drug dealers are sorcerers. You feel me? Because a spell was
Pharmakeia means sorcery.
exact point blank period. And then in ancient times, a curse was used to cause affliction through a disease or a virus. That's why a curse has cures. The same word, just the letters is scrambled. But a spell was caused through addiction, drugs or addiction. Spells are meant to control people. Curses are meant to cause affliction through disease and virus. Spells, drugs, and addiction. So it's like, that's why I say like drug dealers are like when I see these dope fiends walking around this motherfuckers nodding off and mid walk, I already know somebody put a root on them. Somebody put it's somebody in this community doing voodoo. You feel
Look,
me? Witches,
look,
cause
listen.
like crack it. Go ahead, bro.
That's a lot of times we taught in the church to cast a spell on ourselves.
In modern
So
times, we say the
when you see
spell
the
is a
people like
spelling.
that, right? And when a lot of times you see people like that, the the ego who they perceive they are, they put a spell on them to keep them from being a total tyrant. So they
Mm,
use those drugs as the way to maintain that control of that beast.
definitely, and it's
That's
making
why they.
niggas
That's why they
docile.
took. Look. That's why they took all the more militant motherfuckers off heroin and gave
And
them
then
crack.
and look how they dressing now. You feel me? These niggas wearing skinny jeans with some big ass boots, big ass shoes on. You feel me? With skinny jeans, and it's like, gee, you can tell like the drugs that people doing now is demasculating men. You feel me? It's taking away their estrogen, they testosterone, and it's putting more estrogen in them. And you can tell by the
Well, that's
mentality of
cultural.
these
That's
niggas.
cultural, and then they also feeding a lot of estrogen in the water, right?
Yep.
They got estrogen in the water. They got estrogen in the cows and make them produce more milk, right? So you're getting overloaded with estrogen. Then if you're feeding any soy products to a boy, you increasing spike in estrogen. And any bodybuilder tell you that if you're going to be using a steroid, which is a testosterone booster, that you have to have a estrogen blocker in order to not the testosterone not to turn into estrogen, because the estrogen causes in high doses it causes the organs to start to deteriorate, right?
Mm.
Um,
I think somebody got a question for you. They say is Enlil still locked away?
in Leo not on Earth, in Leo been gone. Yeah, they just been just to say grow titties. They call that bitch tent in the workout world. And then they're using those steroids and also give them acne from hell. But you gotta have an estrogen blocker or them steroids to tear your organs up. Let me see. I ain't got no room to look down on nobody. I've been at the bottom my whole life.
Let me see. Yeah, we got more questions. Let me see. Prince ass funny as hell. Oh damn shit. He deleted. Oh damn. Let me try to pull it up.
Look, this is a known. Uh, if you know a shaman, okay, if Anu was to return, would you? No, Anu don't give two shits what we do on Earth, long as it don't affect Nibiru. The agreement that the Earth made with Nibiru was every 3,600 years they get a quantity of gold to sustain the atmosphere, and they'll give us whatever new technologies that they encounter in return for that. And all of Inky and Inlip kids, Marduk, they all have to leave. They can't stay here. Inky kids was worked in harmony with the earth, but Enlil and his kids, with all of this shit you see going on now to fuck us over, they had to leave. Inky, about a year ago, Inky came with a contingent and was given permission by the Andromeda beings, who was the ones stationed on the outside of Pluto, to come in and retrieve mining technology, which is they people. The mining technology is they mining supervisors, they Lulu Amalu handlers. So when they go, the Earthborn, we have to raise in vibration and frequency so that when we inherit the Earth, that we don't let nobody else come in and trick us and take this bitch over again.
Man. Hey,
Inky knew.
so like if we like you said, so we in a contract that we gotta pay, you feel me, motherfucker, the higher ups certain amount of atomic gold, basically, you feel me, every 3,600 years. So that would mean, and every 3,600 years they would keep updating our technology. So that would mean, Joe, then it's a being or a race of beings that's on this, that's been on this motherfucker for thousands of years. Over, you feel me, like 3,600 years, because they every cycle, like
Yeah,
that's so we got a
yeah, they've been here for a while. They came when Atlantis was here. Atlantis was its own species of human. And when you see the people that they got in Antarctica, when they finally showed them motherfuckers, you see what I'm talking about. Their arms and legs are skinny and longer than ours, right? And they don't look as mammalian as us, but they don't quite look reptilian either. They look more like some kind of amphibian. But these motherfuckers psychic dynamos. Our psychic abilities will come back online in time over the next couple generations. But these motherfuckers so out cold that if they was nefarious beings, that psychic ability, they can make us pretty much do what they want because we haven't developed. It's like a baby
yeah,
learning how to walk.
yep, exactly, exactly. Not hey, that shit deep, because like if it's like, so when we done with the star constellation, you feel me? I mean the Andromeda galaxy, you feel me? So this where the insectoids, you feel me, come from. So these motherfuckers like highly intelligent too. That's why I was trying to ask you like the other day, like if we was to encounter, you know, one of these extraterrestrials, you feel me, like how will we know which ones the hostile ones and which ones is not? Somebody asked, do they have many of our people off world as slaves?
They got different worlds with different species of human on them.
I
Humans
would
is not always slaves. Some planets there's no such thing as a slave.
I
Other planets is a straight motherfucking work camp.
I wouldn't. That's why I was saying, like, I wouldn't even say like, you feel me, like they got us. Their intentions is to enslave us. You feel me? Because if
They
they
was here
need
for survival purposes.
if they can do they if they are these highly powerful beings, you feel me? They got all these psychic abilities. What do they need us to do anything for them for? You
They
feel me?
lazy.
I feel like it's if they was, you feel me? If they do need us, it'll be for a more, divine purpose. You feel me?
Look,
Maybe some type of
they
genetics,
first
or
needed us because they was lazy and they didn't want to do the work themselves.
but they got mental powers though.
Right. So
So they
they use a mental power to create something that was gonna do the work for them.
man, it's deep. So I mean, and I'm definitely familiar with the scriptures. You feel me? And then at least you feel me. The Anunnaki came from Nibiru. You feel me? To basically make they they made modern man, which is Homo sapiens sapien. I think they was dealing with like a Australopithecus or a Homo erectus. They spliced the DNA of a woman, of an ape woman, basically, and the DNA with the blood of the gods. And this is how they upgraded us our consciousness, which is Homo sapiens sapien, modern man. We can work, use tools, problem solve, things like this. And they upgraded our consciousness for us to be slaves. I understand it, but it's like when we dealing with these highly developed beings, you feel me? Do they really need us to slave for them? I think they need us for something else, though. They may need us for DNA purposes. You
We was
feel me?
also entertainment.
Maybe,
This
maybe.
is look, if you really pay attention to Earth, you got every kind of motherfucking shit show you want to see going on Earth. All you gotta do is just watch this shit play out. And you're gonna be sometimes you're gonna laugh, sometimes you're gonna cry, sometimes you're gonna get mad, wanna punch a motherfucker in the face. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through all of the experiences you go to a movie to see by watching Earth.
Mm, damn. No, somebody. So we got comments. Zaza, be quiet, bro. So yeah, we got questions, Joe. It's a lot of these. It's a few of these joints. So when we talking about building, I mean bending elements and teaching the kids to do the same. So most of us, you feel me, have had telekinetic experiences. You feel me, in our life, and and it happens when we kids. My first telekinetic experience that I can remember, you feel me, I had got suspended from school. Got a phone call from home. You feel me? School called my mom, and I got suspended, so I'm already knowing I'm finna get in trouble. She finna tear that ass up when she get off work. So I get off the school bus, go in the crib. As soon as I get in the crib, I was mad as hell because I'm thinking she finna be in the house, like screaming and shit. So wasn't nobody in the house though. So I drop my book bag at the door, and I walk in my room, mad as hell, as little ass boy, mad as hell. As soon as I walk into my room, the door slammed behind me. And I know for a fact I ain't pulled that door, but I ain't think of it nothing at that time. You feel me? Because I was, but as I look back on the experiences I had, you feel me? Those were telekinetic experiences. You feel me? When I was in school, when I was in like fourth grade, I used to talk too much. I used to be one of them kids that used to talk a lot. So my teacher always separated my desk. She put my desk up by her desk. You feel me? And I was like facing the chalkboard. My back was against the whole class, so I couldn't talk to nobody. But her desk, it was always a little fan at the desk, and I used to always catch myself staring at it, and it was moving. But soon as like I noticed, like soon as I stopped staring at it, it stopped spinning. You feel me? Slowly. You feel me? But it's like everybody just think. I'm pretty sure if you think deeply, you had a telekinetic experience to teach the kids how to tap into their abilities as far as like bending. You know, um, see if they can do it, without even telling them, like, I'm gonna teach you how to practice, how to do telekinesis. Just see if they can do it. Just put a light object, start with a light object, a piece of paper, maybe a feather, a piece of toilet paper, something very light, and just tell them to try to move that without touching it. You feel me? Try to move and see if they can do it. It's a lot of things we can, a lot of practices that we can do on a daily basis that enhance our, psychic abilities as far as telekinesis. But I mean, if you got any advice on that, definitely go ahead, bro.
See, the first thing is you gotta tell the child to remove the limitation is the first step. And you remove the limitation by telling them that they can develop the skill, but they have to develop it and it takes time and practice. The more
Mm-hmm.
practice you put in, right? So then you have to start teaching them the mechanics of bending, right? Air
Exactly.
bending, water bending, fire bending. But when they understand the mechanics of one, they can begin to understand the mechanics of another one, right? So the first thing is to first practice removing the limitation from the mental part by telling them that it's a process that don't happen overnight. It takes
Exactly.
practice and persistence. The child will understand it, but we don't want to tell them to do nothing that requires persistence because that's creating a strong character trait. And it goes
Exactly.
contrary to the social ego development.
Definitely. I mean, I definitely would definitely agree, man. And it's just, the child gonna do it, naturally. If it are some of us, you feel me? Most of us have had experiences and shit, man. And it be deep, like. And now that I look at it, you feel me? It be because I didn't walked outside. You